Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. This is a follow-up to my last video about that incident that happened in Chicago, where you had these young African-American adults kidnap a disabled white man and basically torture this man. They beat him. They slapped him around, they slashed his clothes, they slashed his scalp, cutting his hair out, and they forced him to drink from a toilet. And while they did these despicable and criminal acts, these idiots actually recorded it live on Facebook. They recorded it live on Facebook. So I did my video talking about that situation, and I noticed that there were some people who were essentially making excuses for these damn idiots, making excuses for these damn criminals, making excuses for them, basically bringing up the situations involving violence against black people and talking about how the criminal justice system doesn't give African Americans justice. They are often lenient to these white perpetrators of crimes. And that is a valid point. That's a very valid point, and I don't dispute that. We all know about white privilege in this country. We know about racism in this country, and no one defends that. But that doesn't excuse what these idiots did in Chicago. It doesn't justify what those fools did in Chicago. I saw one comment where the sister was saying, well, they were just being silly and this and that. They were just, this person was basically dismissing it as silly, childish behavior. And I basically had a response. I said, well, if that was your son being held down, tied up, being punched and smacked and being forced to drink from a damn toilet, would you say, well, that's just silly behavior and dismiss it as no big deal? Would you do that? Of course not. And then you have people talk about how these white people, they defend white people who are accused of these types of crimes against black people. They talked about how white people raise funds for their criminals and this and that. You claim to hate the white man so much, but too often, these people that claim to hate the white man, they use that same damn white man as their standard bearer, as their model for behavior, as their example for how you should conduct yourself. Just because those people defend criminals and raise funds for criminals, that doesn't make it right for you to engage in the same behavior that you condemn. I think that if this boy was a black boy being tortured by three or four white young people, we would be raising all kinds of hell on social media, and rightfully so, But because this boy is white, people want to justify it, people want to excuse it, people want to express, their disregard for it just because he's white. When people do things like that, they are becoming what they hate. They are becoming what they despise. They are becoming what they condemn. You are losing your humanity in your hatred of other people. Being pro-black doesn't mean that you have to be anti-white. It doesn't mean that you hate all white people. That's not how you express pride in your people. That's not how you demand justice. Supporting injustice is contrary to the things that you people claim to believe in. It's just contrary to it. If that boy was a black boy being tortured and punished like that, we wouldn't even be having a debate. Everybody would be united in their condemnation of this sick behavior.